Hey folks, it's Ben Summer. I'm a musician and recording artist. You can hear more about me and my music at my website, bensommermusic.com. That's BENSOMMER music.com. This is episode 16 of Deep Music Criticism, where I take a song, either new or old, from the rock music genre and give you concrete technical reasons, musical reasons why it's great or crappy, as the case may be. Up today is the title track from Rush's latest album, Clockwork Angels. This song I really dig. It's stuck in my ear, and it isn't getting old, even after many, many listens in the last few months since the album was released. I even featured it in the top 20 all-time best Rush songs, a blog article I did a couple months ago. I think I ranked it like number 6. Anyway, blasphemy for most Rush fans. Regardless, I think it's cool. What I'm going to do today, instead of give you a few handful of reasons and gloss over them, why I like the song, why it's effective as a composition, I'm going to harp on one specific reason, and really drill into that in more detail. And what I think is the essence of why the song is cool. There are many things great about it, many dramatic moments. I'm going to focus on one. Before I do that, I'm just going to give you a taste of it in case you haven't heard it or you need to be reminded. So here we go. I'm just going to fast forward through the kind of Hollywood build-up intro. Here we go. I'm going to pause it here only because the section where I'm going to focus, we've already gone through. The song begins with the chorus. Aside from that silly introduction, the introduction, it begins with an instrumental rendering of the chorus, which obeys Tom Petty's rule number 1 for great pop song writing, which is don't bore us, get to the chorus. And they do an interesting twist in this song where they just begin the chorus with a kind of a stop time without the full rock beat, backbeat, and since the chorus, the chord progression and the structure of it is pretty dramatic, it makes a great intro if you just strip the words out. But more importantly, what I'm focusing is that I'm going to review this review is all about the first chord in the chorus and its relation to the rest. So let's just fast rewind to that and listen to it again real quick. Hold on. That's it. That's what I'm going to focus on. It happens. It's the dramatic point that the song builds to every time their chorus is repeated, which happens, I think, 3 or 4 other times in the rest of the song. And it's a shocking chord. It's not shocking, but it's dissonant. And why is it dissonant? How is it dissonant? Simple. So the key of the song is B major, if you will, for most of it anyway. The chorus, and what's the chorus chord progression waffles back and forth between the subdominant of the key. I'm getting technical here. The subdominant basically is, the subtonic. The tonic of a song in the key of B is B. So that's the tonic. The subtonic is the kind of the flat seventh, if you will. In this case, A. So the chord progression goes back and forth between A and B, which is like really like cliche rock riffing, chord progression. The song is do 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 do. There's B, do, and here's A. So it's do 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 do. Subtonic, tonic. You throw in your a generous dose of distortion guitar and riffage, and you've got your typical rock song. I mean, it's a very common progression. What's interesting here is they take, not only do they flesh out the whole chord into a triad, which is not typical in rock. Usually, rock is all about the power chord on the guitar, and power chord is usually performed with just the first and the fifth note of the chord. It's a very incomplete chord. It's not a full triad. The color note of the chord, which is the third, is usually omitted. In this case, it's included. Not only is it included, but it sits in the bass, the lowest portion of the arrangement. And so if you're looking at the screen if you're looking at the video cast, you can see this lower example right here. Here's A, which is the subtonic chord, and you can see a triad. If you don't know music, a triad is usually visualized pretty easily on the staff by three notes on all spaces or all lines on the staff. And so we've got A, C sharp, E, right? And then so that's the root position of the chord. What we've got here is, what if you take the lowest note of that chord and you flip it up you invert it, you throw it up to the top, and what that does is leave the third note of the chord in the bass now, and that's a very dissonant sound, harmony that needs resolution to the ear, and it's a great dramatic way to begin any given musical section, and so that's what begins this chorus. And I'm going to play it one more time. Here it comes. You can even hear it, especially in this song. The song mix, as most Rush sound mixes are very, the bass is very prominent. Geddy Lee has a prominent bass sound. It's kind of distorted. It's highly compressed. You can make out Geddy Lee's bass. I think they do that because, everyone knows Geddy Lee is a bass, is a god on the bass as a performer. So you can actually hear that note. It's do. It's not subtonic, tonic. It's whatever the second note. C sharp, B. That's the note in the bass. Do, do. Even though the actual chord is based on the subtonic, which is do 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 do. So, anyway, if you take another listen. By the way, that second note, the B, actually is not that's dissonant as well. I think Alex is suspending a couple dissonant notes above the texture on his guitar. I'm not sure which ones. It sounds like it's probably a fourth or an 11th, which is a typical Alex Lifeson move. But anyway, that just goes to show you there's two dissonant chords, one after the other. So I'm just going to fast forward to, this is the intro version of the chorus, the full band version of the chorus I'm going to try to find here. Now here, just try to listen, when the full chorus, try to listen how many times the band, the composition returns to this dissonant chord sequence. It happens several times. It's kind of like a theme. Here.
Clockwork angels put their arms unseen, synchronized and graceful, they move like living things. Goddesses of light, of sea and sky and land. Clockwork angels, the people raise their hands as if to fly, as if to fly.
I heard at least, 4, 6, probably 8 times that A major over C sharp to B major chord sequence. B major with a suspended note or two on top. I heard that several times. Anyway, that's it. I'm not going to go any further, but the song is awesome. Do take a listen and download the album. If you're lucky enough, you're a Rush fan, you're lucky enough to have scored some um, tour tickets because they're all sold out. God damn you, because I couldn't. Anyway, that's all. Listen, if you like Rush, you probably like my music if you haven't checked it out yet. So if you want to hear some more, whacked out progressive, long form rock and roll that maybe sounds like Rush in certain parts, check out my music. Go to my website, bensommermusic.com, BENSOMMER music.com. Throw me your email address and I'll give you a bunch of free downloads. And anxious to hear what you think. Shoot me an email. Anyway, that's all. Take care. Bye.